How we doing? Got a lighter, got our tool, got our tobe, got the pit. That's what matters. Alright. Good evening. It's me again. Tonight we are going to shift gears and review a aromatic pipe tobacco. W.O. Larsen's Old Fashioned. Now, to be quite honest, this one doesn't quite strike me as an aromatic. Pop the tin off here. Ooh. Comes in a great tin. It's most W.O. Larsens come in this tin. It's pretty awesome, and I would save the tin. Just put stuff in, change, whatever. The reason I'm going to review the Old Fashioned is this is a very interesting pipe tobacco, and to be quite honest, I wasn't really sold on it. Excuse me, at first, and I reviewed it on pipetobaccoreviews.com. I give it a bad review, but to be honest, I stuck with the tin and I smoked quite a bit of it, and I really kind of changed my mind. And so I think that this is definitely something we want to explore tonight. So tin note is definitely a raisin, and what does the box say? I'll read off to you what the tin description says. An exquisite blend, manufactured according to an old original recipe. The Virginian burley leaf tobaccos have been selected from the best tobacco fields in the world. No effort has been spared in making this product. One part of the blend is pressed into cakes and aged. The other part is finished in different cuts. Finally, the different parts are blended and top flavored by hand. Now that description's a bit vague, to be honest. Sort of like, we take some of it and do this to it, and we take some of it and do that to it, and then we kind of put it together by hand. Well, let's see if I can, I don't know if you can see this. This is kind of, it is a loose cut. It's a ribbon, mostly ribbon. Let's see if you can see that. It's a bit hard to see. You know what? I'm detecting a bit of chocolate. I'm going to really stick my nose. And this is the first time, and I've been smoking this for a few months, and I do smell chocolate. So let's pack a roll. Now, again, this is a tobacco that's just, it's weird. It's one that it took me a while to really get used to. To be honest, I think I'm going to definitely buy more of this. This is a tobacco that you probably are going to want to smoke. You know, I don't know. I really don't have the answer. I've read reviews online. I've seen other people review this tobacco, and I've gotten both. They love it or they hate it, and that's really what I said in my initial review on pipetobaccoreview.com or whatever it is, tobaccoreview.com. You either love it or you hate it. I would say give it a try and smoke a few bowls of it before you really make your decision. Now I'm smoking this out of one of my cheap little Dr. Plum aromatic. Looks to be a bent billiard pipe. I don't know, $50 pipe. And it is in US dollars. I don't know if you can see on the top of that shelf, that's my pipe collection. And where I'm pointing right now is my pipe rack, and I got about one pipe for every day of the week. I just purchased two great pipes. One is a Savinelli Churchwarden. The other is a Peterson System Fishtail. And they are great pipes, and they are my dedicated, they're dedicated to English blends. And I shopped at Santa Barbara Cigar and Tobacco, and I got their Yorkshire blend, and I'd love to review that in another episode. It is really great. And so far, I've broken them in with that blend. Now initially, there really isn't any flavor. You're kind of left thinking, I don't know, if there's any flavor, it's very subtle. Now, another thing about this tobacco is you don't want to smoke it too hard and too fast. You definitely want to kind of puff easy on it. This does bite, and it burns hot, and you want to be really careful on how you smoke it. And I think that turns a lot of people off. It has an amazing room note, and I've smoked it in front of a few people who have commented and said, "Oh, man, that smells pretty good." Now I think it's probably from the Virginia. You do get that sweetness from the Virginia, and whatever topping they put on there is very subtle. And if you have a pipe that you typically dedicate to an English blend or a Latakia blend, you could probably put this in there and get away with it without it really altering the flavor of your pipe. Now, for me, I prefer to separate the two. It's kind of like sweet and savory. You know, you don't want to put steak sauce on your ice cream. You know what I mean? But this one, you can almost put a little bit of Latakia in there. And you'd probably have a really good blend. In fact, that's something I think I might do. It takes a little while for the flavors to develop on this one. But as they do, you definitely do get a very, very subtle chocolate. And it's almost undetectable. And to be honest, I'm really kind of starting to now detect it. The major flavor that you get is like a buttery, a sweet buttery flavor. I wouldn't say honey butter, but it's definitely buttery. Now, this tobacco is very middle of the road in the sense that if you're going to pair it with a wine or a whiskey, you could really go both ways. You could go with something very sweet, and you could go for something very peaty or oaky, and it would work. Now, typically something like a very citrusy Chardonnay or Sauvignon Blanc, I'm going to go with the other variety of W. Larsen that I have, which is their signature blend, which is very citrusy. And we will review that again in the next episode. Right now I have a Chardonnay, and this evening I made a Cornish game hen stuffed with potatoes and a cream sauce out of a cookbook. It was great, and I'm just kind of finishing up the last little bit here. And I thought it would be a good. Yeah, it really does. Yeah, again, you want to be careful. You don't want to really puff on this too much. It bites. Maybe in a church warden pipe, you might get a little less bite if it cools. I'm not sure. But this is sipping tobacco. I'll tell you what, it is quite nice. Flavor is very subtle. Like I said, if you're looking for an aromatic that's rich in flavor, this is not it. If you're looking for an aromatic that you want to throw into your regular rotation that is very light, then this is the one. I say give it a try. It's a bit expensive. Now, where I live in Singapore, where it's taxed very heavily, this is $125 I bought in the store. But I believe you can buy it online for something $20-$30 from smokingpipes.com, which I've discovered is my new source. Anyway, give it a try. See what you think. Worst case scenario, give it to your friend. Give him the bag. Keep the tin. Yeah, pop the top off that. See, that's the thing. The top didn't come off very good. Keep the bag. Or give away the bag, rather, and keep the tin. This is really an awesome tin. You're gonna die smoking thing. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.